100%. Now, I didn't have no issue with Cory dropping his trailer and him talking what he has to talk about because it made sense. Cory Kenshin, he was telling us why he was gone. He wasn't gone just lollygagging, just sitting there sleeping, not really like uploading, not doing his usual thing. He was sitting there actively working on a project that he put 100% of himself into. So the title of the video is Cory Kenshin loses his community. I know what he's gonna talk about, and I've talked about it before on the podcast, All Around Podcast, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about what's going on with Cory Kenshin. Let's get into it, man. Let's go, B-Souls.
Kenshin is back and his fans are upset. What is going on? So for those who don't know, Cory Kenshin is one of the biggest YouTubers, honestly, of all time. We're talking about one of the very few creators who have reached the 20 million subscriber threshold on YouTube. Like, that is nothing to scoff at. Now, Cory's a guy that's known for taking breaks before within his YouTube career, but
he's known for taking breaks. Oh my God. I watched Cory since he was at 500K. This nigga Cory takes a lot of breaks, bro. I think he had a 500K special. He didn't even do it because he took a break, or it was 900K, something like that. I watched a Cory stuff for the K. I got merch from Cory. I'm a Glazer. Call me a Glazer. I don't care. I watched a Cory for a long time. I have been, and I'm gonna see what he's talking about. I know it's about to be about the manga. I know for a fact.
Never been as long as his very last one. Because prior to last week, the last YouTube video he uploaded was on June 27th, 2023.
But that trailer, that was a reaction to a trailer. And then before then, that was 3 weeks before. So, realistically, I don't know if Beast is going to say this, but realistically, he was gone for almost 2 years. Because before this trailer, I thought Cory was taking a break because he was gone for 3 weeks. He was gone I'm like, yeah, this nigga's gone. We'll see him in a couple months. But he uploaded this video, and I thought he was going to come back. But no, this is the last video he posted, the Five Nights at Freddy trailer reaction. So, realistically, if we're not counting this as a, Cory Kenshin video, he was gone for almost 2 years, a year and a half.
Mind you, that was just a quick little 7-minute reaction to a Five Nights at Freddy trailer that came out because he was in the movie. And the video before that was uploaded on June
B-Souls actually did talk about it. B-Souls was locked in.
5th. So just between those two videos, we're talking about a 3-week break. And I know how some of y'all get when y'all favorite content creators even take a 5-day break. People start wondering where they are. Are they dead? Are they okay?
Bro, people are so nasty about Cory, bro. Niggas were making channels, bro. I would look on my For You page, on my recommended, because I watch Cory a lot. I watch Cory basically you know how niggas say, oh, Cory needs to upload no more because his fans watch his content? I'm one of them niggas, not even gonna lie. I watch Cory a lot, not even gonna lie to you. So, when I watch Cory a lot, my For You page from YouTube is gonna send me a lot of Cory videos. Bro, I was getting niggas uploading Cory content. Where is he at? Is he coming back? Talk about him at the zoo. Talk about him in Japan. Like, there was channels dedicated to this nigga. Like, bro, there were channels, my nigga. Channels dedicated to this. Crazy.
3 weeks is already crazy, but a year and a half is damn near unheard of, especially for a content creator of Cory Kenshin's size. At 20 million subscribers, where Cory Kenshin is at, you would think a content creator would be the happiest he's ever been. He's uploading very consistently. He's doing what he wants for a living. What else could you ask for? And over the last year and a half, a lot of people have been speculating what Cory Kenshin's been up to. When is he actually coming back to YouTube? So much so that there are whole ass YouTube accounts dedicated to just figuring
this is crazy, bro.
Out when Cory Kenshin is coming back. It's actually insane. Like, look at this, and this is probably not even.
Yo, why this nigga getting numbers? Yo, why this nigga pulling numbers, bro? Is this the method? Yo, 122K, 127K, 73K, 144, 135. Yo, this is, hold up. No, this is actually crazy. Wait a second. Right, did you know there was whole channels dedicated to Cory coming back? Look at him. He's pulling views, Naya. 122K, 89K, 40K, 54, 66, 144, 130. He has a whole channel. Talk about when it's going to come back.
Wait, hold on. Who?
I don't know.
He just talks about him?
He's talking about Cory. I'm reacting to the video. Look at this. He's getting views. He's getting views. speculating about Cory's comeback. Is that the method?
Who taking time out of the day to do this?
No.
I thought you were gonna come here and tell me something else.
No, look at this. He's pulling almost 100K on Cory's coming back speculation videos.
And it's probably like different days, probably saying different stuff.
Yeah, look. This is. He was uploading almost every day, almost every week, a minute video. These are getting 66K minute videos. He's making money.
Or can just responded?
Speculation. Cory Kitchen finally uploaded 2 months ago. No, he didn't.
He did, yeah. What's he talking about? He posted views he posted Cory Kitchen just to get views.
Yes.
Bro, what? Who does this? Like, okay, like.
That was it.
Video on it?
Huh?
You making a video on it?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, cause
This is crazy.
The only channel out there, and they're getting mad views too. Look at the views on this. This is honestly impressive and nasty at the same time. Now, when you get to a certain level of fame, and yes, I am gonna call this fame when it comes to Cory Kenshin, because 20 million subscribers is 20 million fucking subscribers. You can't afford to take very big breaks like this, because you know your fan base is strong enough, you know you're famous enough that when you come back, there will be people waiting.
Me, I mean, I'm one of them niggas. I'm one of them niggas, bro. When Cory leaves, I'm really not even mad. To be honest, I'm not. Because I understand, like, I still think, like, I'm not getting to the Stream 95 thing, whatever. But I understand the mental toll it takes. Because Cory doesn't even, he edits his own videos, he records, he does everything himself. Cory Kitchen is his channel. Nobody else has any input in it. So I understand the mental capacity it comes with that. Especially with you having a large audience. I know for a fact that you're going to have to appeal to everybody. Make sure your content's 100% what you want it to be. Like, it's hard. I'm not saying it's not. Pause. So I understand what Cory is going through. I understand what he has to do. So that's why I'm not really mad at Cory for taking them breaks. But a year and a half is kind of crazy. Now, I think I know what Bezos is about to talk about. He's probably going to talk about his manga. So let's get to it, bro.
Like in the music world, if Rihanna dropped an album today, people will still listen even though her last project was dropped in 2016, 8 years ago. So when Cory made his comeback video, boom, 14 million views. Insane. But this wasn't a typical, hey guys, sorry for waiting, but I'm back. You know, I'm back to my regular uploads. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel for more, turn on noties. This wasn't that type of video. So the title and thumbnail of the comeback video is, hey, long time no see, but when you actually watch the video, this is the video.
It's not about the money.
Now, he does make an appearance at the end of the video on camera, so there's that. However, let's keep it a stack. A majority of this video was a trailer for an anime that he's actually launching very soon. And then he did it again in the very next video titled Where I've Been for the Past Year. Very similar thumbnail. But this video caused even more backlash because a lot of his fans just took it as, alright man, Cory isn't actually back on YouTube. He's not actually back to uploading on a regular basis. He's just trying to promote his new anime, trying to promote his new manga. That's the only reason he came back. Now, Cory did respond to the backlash though, and this is what he said.
As the story goes on, Monsters We Make, I'm confident will differentiate itself from everything else out there. Number two, I want to apologize to the samurai community because I feel like I got lost in the sauce a little bit. And what I mean by that is while I was gone, I was so focused on Monsters We Make. When I did come back after I finished the first volume, everyone would see like, oh, like this is why bro was gone for all that time. You know, he creating a trailer for the manga, which is crazy, and you know, coming out with like a full volume, all of that. And that's how I was convinced that people would see it. I was working on this 9 out of every 10 days. And I think most people did see and recognize that, but there was still a good amount of people that were like, bro came back just to promote. Bro came back just to promote his manga. And I'm like, I mean, it took a year to make, like, but I get it. Like, it wasn't the best way to, like, here's my thing. It's like, I come back and I just drop the trailer and they're just like, whoa, you know, cause I could have did something like, and I thought about this too, like, come back, normal video, right? I do my normal come back and I talk. And then my next video, I dropped the trailer, and then I was like, nah, like, I just want to drop the trailer on them. Like, we worked so hard on this and just get everybody's reactions. But there was kind of a cost in doing that. Like, people were like, yo, like, you didn't even greet us first. And I totally understand that. I mean, the samurai community is going to come before any outside projects that I ever do. And because of the blessings that you all have afforded me through the grace of God, like, yeah, like, I could have did that better. And I want to apologize about that. I'd never take you guys for granted, as much as people say that, oh, you just leave when you want, blah, blah, but.
So there's two very interesting conversations I want to have when it comes to this Cory Kenshin situation. Number one.
Well, before I'm letting Bezos talk, I understand a little bit of what people are saying, but the thing about creators making a product is that people are gonna find a way to find some way to hate on it. 100%. Now, I didn't have no issue with Cory dropping his trailer and him talking what he has to talk about, because it made sense. Cory Kenshin, he was telling us why he was gone. He wasn't gone just lollygagging, just sitting there sleeping, not really like uploading, not, you know, doing his usual thing. He was sitting there actively working on a project that he put 100% of himself into. Now, I just didn't really, I didn't really find any problem with it. I just wanted an explanation why. Him, you know, not greeting us and him not talking to us first, I guess. But like, bro, I'm gonna samurai since 500K. I understand what Cory's going through, and him actually working on a project, I understand, because the thing about creators is that YouTube is not. Cory is 100% secure for the rest of his life, so that's different. But the thing about creators is that creators want to reach a threshold that is above YouTube. They want to make products. They want to do things that are gonna change them. So Cory making a manga and him telling us about it, I understand it could have been seen as a sellout, maybe a commercial type thing, but he told us what's going on and he ended up making his normal content afterwards. So I didn't have any problem with it personally, but I'm gonna let Bezos talk and say what other people had a problem with.
Is the notion and the feedback when a content creator sells a product, because earlier this year there was a lot of backlash sent to KSI, Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul when they launched Lunchables, and that became its own thing. But honestly, it's not just exclusive to them. A lot of content creators have made products before and have got criticized for it. Number two is the conversation about content creators taking big breaks, because while Cory Kenshin is definitely the most extreme case of this, I remember the conversations when Phantom went to Puerto Rico for a month and how everyone was going crazy on the internet talking about, yo, is Phantom good? Like, is he straight? Is AMP done?
Yeah, I remember that too, because Phantom said, they told him, it was like, Phantom is not going to be here. He's taking a break. And a lot of people was like, yo, Phantom left AMP. Yo, what's going on? We miss Phantom. I remember that too.
They have beef. So let's tackle the first conversation, because I genuinely feel as if content creators are held to a different standard when they make their own product as opposed to just, a typical brand out there without a name attached to it. I think in a weird way, content creators are both held to a higher standard and a lower standard at the exact same time. There's certain things that content creators can get away with because, they're independent. They don't have the budget of a Walmart to pull this off. So like, not too much on them. At least the effort is there. But at the same time, I also think they get criticized for things that other companies wouldn't get criticized for simply because there's a name attached to it. And I also don't like this notion that when content creators start making their own products that they're instantly selling out. Mind you, I've been doing YouTube long enough to remember a time period where content creators doing brand deals, period, was viewed as motherfuckers selling out and it was looked down upon. And I think content creators making their own product is just the next evolution of that, both from a creative standpoint and also how people talk about it.
I agree. I 100% agree with what Bezos saying. I think that you, as a content creator, making a product, broadening your brand, it's just the next step in doing. It's just the next step. I think that's the next step in content creation. I think that's how that should work, in my opinion. But I'm just a regular Twitch streamer, so I'm one viewer.
And honestly, I am so happy so many content creators are now making their own products and building their own brands, because let's keep it all the way 100, man. There is a genuine shelf life when it comes to being a content creator. There just is.
True, 100%. There's only top few people who is 100% secure based off of YouTube, bro. Being a content creator, being a social media influencer, whatever you wanna name it, it is a shelf life to it. It is a certain time period where it could come and go. There is a lot of content creators that could not sustain plethora of years because they couldn't adapt to what's going on. They couldn't pivot. Like, there's a lot of stuff that comes to content creation, and I understand that somebody want to become into content creation. So there's a lot of things that comes into account when you're doing this content creation. So you broadening your brand with brand deals, with products, with you investing, with you being part of teams. That is just you securing your future when it comes to content creation. I 100% agree.
Most content creators cannot do the exact same thing for 10, 12, 15 plus years.
100%.
Content creation in a lot of these cases require for people to be in front of the camera and be on camera talent. But I'm sorry, that can't be a forever thing. It's kind of like how rappers transitions from being a rapper to being a CEO of a record label. Like this is our version of that. And I think this is something that should be celebrated. So let's move on to the second conversation I want to have, and that's the conversation around content creators taking big breaks, because I honestly get it from both sides. I also find the reception very, very interesting, specifically because traditionally speaking, celebrities take long breaks. What people are used to in the past, and honestly, this is still the case for a lot of very mainstream celebrities, is people aren't really in front of the camera like that. People aren't making daily videos. They aren't making videos that go on their socials every 3 to 4 days, unless you're a peak NBA YoungBoy. Your favorite actors probably go on a press run once or twice a year. They may post Instagram flicks here and there, but the main thing is the one movie they're doing every single year, and that's it. Same thing with musicians. When Kendrick Lamar drops, he doesn't even do a press run these days, you know what I'm saying? And people like DDG have even made the argument that the reason why he personally can't make it to that mainstream status is because of the fact that he is too visible.
I don't want to meet you because once you meet me, you're going to feel like you ain't really got to support me no more. Yeah. That's the problem. That's why a lot of artists that win in the industry, because they don't even interact with their supporters. We in a different type of ball game where, we streaming, we YouTubing, all this other stuff. So they see us all the time. But when you don't see somebody, it makes you want to support them even more. Like, put it like this. You don't know who made Gallery Department, but if, let's say, Deshae gave you his merch, you gonna pick up this motherfucker before you pick up the Deshae shirt. Right. You giving Chrome Heart free promo. It's because you don't see them. Now, if you met Chrome Heart, you met the nigga that made Gallery Department, y'all go out to eat, y'all go out to the club together, y'all kicking it, he giving you free clothes, but you ain't wearing it like that no more. That's the problem, bro. Like, I'm telling myself this too. Like, it needs to be a separation in between, because when you get too close to somebody that idolize you, it makes them not idolize you no more.
This is a concept that Joe Budden has also talked about recently with Lil Yachty. Like, back in the day, they were told to not be in front of the camera a lot. Like, the mystique factor was a real thing that honestly artists and labels were aiming for. They wanted that.
In 2002, when I got a record deal, rappers were urged not to talk. Like, we were encouraged not to speak. Less is more. Mystique. Be seen, not heard. The stars don't talk. There were no...
This is to Playboy Cardi, bro. The way that Playboy Cardi does not be on no cameras, doesn't do anything, his fans are so rabid. Now, I would use Damo, but that's like an extreme definition of Dabo, but that's just how it is, bro. When Playboy Cardi went on Aiden's stream, that broke kick, because Cardi doing live, Cardi being on camera, like, that's what I'm saying. So I agree with what DG said. That how it is. That's how it is, unfortunately.
Platforms for us to get our shit off. If we was in a chat room or some shit, you was looked at as weird or goofy, anything like that. So to see where we are today, we just are comfortable turning on a mic and just kicking it.
What you think that is?
Fans are always going to get more savvy and more intelligent. When there was access, if you weren't somewhat accessible to your fans, it was a choice, and it was looked at as, it was frowned upon almost. And that's where you have the birth of some of these hives, right? Like all of the girls have a hive. Don't call it that, but we got them too. I think there was a lot more to be said with just the passing of the baton to the newer generations, with more happening in the streets and even in music with the streaming and just the changes. There was more to be said. Back then, we didn't have any power. The labels were going to store the music, hold the music, pay for the music. You couldn't get a release date.
Right.
So it's just different times. I like the evolution of it.
And I do find it interesting that a lot of the very high-level creators of today are implementing something very, very similar to this. Cory Kenshin is the biggest example of this right now, specifically to this video, but Rage took a 1.5 month break. Phantom did it a couple years ago. Mr. Beast used to upload like 1 video a week. Now he uploads once every, 2-3 weeks? I've seen him go months at a time without uploading a video on his main channel. Kai used to stream every single fucking day, but I think specifically this year, I feel like he only streams when there's a big event to be had. And to be honest with you, I don't necessarily blame them. I think the deeper you get into this content game, the more impressive thing is actually sustained success. And when you space out your pieces of content more and more and more, what you create is this catalog of really, really great material, but it also gives you time to actually release that material and let it breathe. Like, I think as a consumer, we would love it, right? If Kendrick Lamar released an album every single fucking year, that would be amazing. And in the beginning of his career, he was releasing more projects more consistently. Same thing with Cole, same thing with Drake. Drake may be different though, I ain't gonna lie. But the higher the expectations come, the artist just needs more time to execute on these projects to meet those expectations. So then what you have is a case where an artist takes 1 or 2 years to release a project, and at that pace, if you're releasing once every 2 years, that's 10 years of your life spent on 5 projects. And I think a similar thing is happening to content creators. I think it would be done for Kai to execute on all of his great ideas in a consecutive way. Even though technically Mafiathon is a case of that, but I think it would be done for Kai to do a Mafiathon every single fucking month. Like, that would be dumb. I think it would be done for Kai to do a celebrity stream every single stream. It takes the aura away. It takes the mystique away from a celebrity stream. But I'm also not gonna act dumb because I really do get where fans are coming from, especially when it comes to their favorite content creators. When you talk about people's core fan bases, these are people that were really there from the beginning. These are the people that were there for the come up. They were there for the rise, you know. They were there before all the awards and all the money came in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, content is just different when people are on grind mode, you know what I'm saying? It is so fun to watch a content creator when you can visibly see that that motherfucker is hungry for success. And what that means in the world of content creation is when content creators are making content at a very, very consistent rate. We're talking about streamers that stream every single day for hours at a time. We're talking about YouTubers that upload every day or every other day. Like, that's the level of consistency we're talking about here. And I also think content creators are generally just more interactive with their community earlier on because it's more possible. It is much easier to actually talk to.
It is. It's bro. Looking at Kai's chat, even like watching his stream, I don't know how that nigga does it. Like, I don't know how he is able to pick out certain chats to talk about. Like, being interactive with your community, being interactive with your chat is way easier when you're smaller than when you get bigger. That's just the unfortunate thing about it. That's just unfortunate. That's just reality, bro. Makes sense.
Individual chatters when there's probably only 50 to 100 people there, as opposed to what you have with Kai right now. There's 70,000 motherfuckers typing in there at the exact same time. Like, you just cannot address a single chatter anymore. That's just not the case. And with both of these things happening at the exact same time, what viewers typically feel is a sense of, man, this ain't the same content creator I watch. You know what I'm saying? I miss the old days before the fame when this guy was really hungry, when he was down to earth and all these different things. But I think what viewers need to do a better job of is understanding that the reason why content creators move the way that they do is because of the growth that they're experiencing. They can't move the way that they used to, just period, point blank. And it doesn't even have to be a straight money conversation. This could be a safety conversation. I'm gonna be honest, I see why Cory's fans are upset, but I also want to make it clear, don't be weird about it. All right, don't be weird about it. Don't be so parasocial about it where you take it to that next level and you just end up crossing a line. And with Cory, I'm not even a big Cory Kenshin fan like this. Again, I'm just a fan of content creator greatness. I am happy that he's headed into this direction. I'm happy he's at a point in his career where he can focus on passion projects like this. And I think this is a guy that's been in the game long enough and is also at a point in his career where he's thinking about what's next after YouTube. And I do think that's a thing that a lot of content creators need to start thinking about. What happens after YouTube? Because I'm gonna keep it a stack. This is a hot take of mine. I feel like a lot of YouTube channels are honestly meant to succeed for just 5 to 7 year periods. I would argue Cory is an outlier in that, but that is still a conversation that he needs to have. What's next?
I agree. I don't think that, I agree with B-Souls. It's not going to be glaze. I'm not going to try to glaze, but I agree. I think that YouTube channels, like content creators, have a certain cap, or there's only certain people that can exceed that cap and knows how to pivot, knows how to do what I do. For example, I'm going to use B-Souls for example. The way that he pivoted into Souls and Sage and now has a YouTube channel with TSO Sage, and the way that they're able to make different content like that is excellent. I like how Agent pivoted into streaming, different content creation, how like a lot of people are able to pivot, and those are different outliers of people. But I agree. I think that when you're a content creator, when you're making content, when you get to the apex of your career, when you get to a point where you're good, you have to think about what's going to happen after. What's going to happen when you're done. That's a great conversation. Great video for B-Souls. One of my favorite YouTubers. I love watching this nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. Great.
But with
great
that being
video.
said, let me know what you think about this in the...
Yeah, I liked it already. Great video. I don't agree with Cory's community. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. Let's see. Let's watch this.